obviously you've got to refill the stable now. Do you seek out, or do you? Does Paul come to you and say, "Hey, what do you think?" How do you fill the void that a Brock Lesnar leaves now?
I don't know if that's a void that can never be filled. I think now it's the art of reinvention again. You know,
Right.
it's when in 2020 when COVID hit and the decision was made corporately, we're going to produce live television or live to tape television twice a week, Raw and SmackDown. Here we go. And we're still going to do what was then called pay-per-views, now premium live events. And Brock's contract wrapped up just as the whole world shut down. And Vince made the business decision, we got to take a break for a while. I'm not going to just have Brock Lesnar wrestle in this cavernous atmosphere that ended up having a digital component, but we knew we were down for at least a year, and who knows?
Right.
We didn't know when the world was going to come out of this. And the opportunity arose at that time that Roman had taken so much time off.
Right.
And the decision was made for us to finally work together. And when I asked Vince his vision for it, he just said, "He's the big dog and you're his advocate." And the first thing I said was, he can't be the big dog anymore. We've run with the big dog since 2012. He needs to evolve into something completely different, and I can't be his advocate. I was Brock Lesnar's advocate. I must be something different to this character. And the examples that I continuously gave were, and this is what sold Vince on it, was the dead man, the American badass. It has to be that shocking of a metamorphosis, and it has to make sense.
Sure.
The dead man grew into the American badass because times had changed around him. The 90s had evolved, and the audience wanted more out of the dead man, to where the dead man returned as the American badass. And even though that's a seismic shift in character, you never alienated the dead man, you incorporated him into an evolved character. It's the same thing. It's a progression. It's a metamorphosis. It's a, here's what I have on my resume, and here's where I've been, and now here's where I'd like to take you next. And I need to wear a different suit. I need to wear different colors. I need to have a different scheme of things, because that worked with Brock. But what worked with Brock did not work with Roman.
Right, yeah.
And what worked with Roman did not work with CM Punk. And what worked with CM Punk did not work with you or with Steve or with Rob Van Dam or anybody else that I've worked with. Everyone's an individual, and we need to create and act like a marriage, like a professional marriage, that I'm here to, if I understand my role right, I'm the supporting player. And I take great pride in that. A great supporting player makes the main character, and makes the main character in such a degree that the main character could not pull that off on their own, male or female. Robert Duvall in the Godfather movies. The greatest supporting actor I've ever seen.
Amazing, yeah.
And made those movies, and this is what we're talking about. Look at the cast: Brando, De Niro, Pacino, and yet Robert Duvall was the glue and made everyone else around him look better.
Yeah.
And that's the role. So I don't know the next step, because I have to look at the landscape and see, ooh, let's invest our time here. Let's buy into this stock and grow it and watch it rise to the top.
Are you taking applications? Because I would have given anything to work under your tutelage. I mean, my goodness.
Well, thank you. He'll tell you it's not all it's cracked up to be.
No, well, there's good and there's bad. yeah.
Mostly bad.
No.
Not as much bad as Bruce Pritchard.
Right, we established that.
Yeah, that's a whole nother topic. But you've kind of got an I don't know, is it an unspoken role, I guess?
Unspecified.
Unspecified, consigliere.
Freelance, yeah.
You mentioned Robert Duvall and The Godfather the other minute. It sparked you've been referred to as Paul's consigliere now?
Well, that's what that's how he described it.
He said that in his speech.
He put it, they came to me on the Hall of Fame, and I'm sure they asked you the same thing. What you want on the ring.
Right.
And I whatever you want to put on the ring, surprise me. I don't know.
Right.
I'm kind of uncomfortable. Well, put this on, put GOAT. Good looking, and you deserve a raise, So I just said whatever Paul wants, I never talked about it publicly till he did it his own Hall of Fame induction. Yeah, but he put the word consigliere on it, which really moved me when I saw it. It caught me off guard. It's the old expression, I serve at the pleasure of the chairman, I serve at the pleasure of the president. I serve at the pleasure of the chief content officer. So if he sees somebody and he says, they got to break through on their promos. They're in their own way. They're in their own head. Hey, they're an A, but they need to be an A+++. Hey, they're a C, they need to be an A. Whatever it is, find it in them. Help pull it out of them.
Yeah.
That becomes my assignment. Now, sometimes that's a one-day process. Sometimes that becomes a life mission. It all depends on the talent. It all depends on their openness to reach inside and pull it out of themselves, how much they like working with me, if they do at all. And sometimes it's just a quick thing. Help this person through this promo today. And sometimes it's make that your project. Okay.
Right.
And I love working with really, really talented people that want to go that next step, that want to take it even further. It's like the old thing about Michael Jordan showing up at 5 o'clock for a 7 o'clock practice. Why? Because there's other people that want to become Michael Jordan.
Yep.
And he ain't gonna let them.
Do you have people I won't pin you down on a name, but do you have people in your mind that you think might? Hang on.
I was thinking, had this guy in mind.
Yeah.
For one more match.
Oh, good.
All
Lord.
right, folks. Hey. This podcast was brought to you. Bro, I didn't have one more match on my last match. I got new parts. I'm doing all right, man.
Oh, well.
Yeah, no, that is.
There you go.
You
Right,
even
you
did
see-
that in Vince's voice. God damn, you look good. The money. You got one more. Damn it. Man up. Come on. Think about the boys.
Oh,
Right?
oh my God.